Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you a few different ways to enjoy asparagus for breakfast. So asparagus has come in season here in Australia and my fridge is overflowing with it, and so over the next few days I want to make different breakfasts. Yeah, look, we loads of eggs every day, so it's kind of different ways to enjoy asparagus and eggs for breakfast. So I'm going to start with my one beautiful bunch over here. I've given them a wash. As you can see, the plate's a bit wet, and I just wanted to show you with removing the woody bottoms, the easiest way is to give it a little wiggle and then a snap, and it kind of snaps at its natural point where this is the part that we don't want. You could save this for making asparagus soup or stocks and use the little bottoms, but yeah, we'll move them to the side. So I'm just going to snap all the bottoms off my asparagus, and then it's up to you, depending on the recipe, if you want to keep them whole or if you want to chop them into little bite-sized pieces. And the stems take a lot longer than the little tips to cook, so a lot of times, depending what the recipe is, I'll remove the little tips and save those in just the last minute or so, throw them in for cooking. So it just depends. Today though, I am going to make a cheese and asparagus omelette. So I'm going to chop them into little bite-sized pieces. We're going to cook our asparagus first and then get on with making our omelette. Right, I've chopped each asparagus into about 3-4 pieces, into little pieces like that, and I'm going to heat heaps of butter in a frying pan. Use butter, coconut oil, whatever you like, and then I'm going to cook everything except these little tips at the end over there. So we're going to cook these for a couple of minutes to soften, and then just the last minute throw in the little asparagus tips. So we're going to cook these and then move them aside onto a plate and make our omelette. So my butter has melted in a frying pan, and I'm adding in the asparagus. I've chopped up everything except not the little asparagus tips. We've got them separate, and I'm just going to cook these for a couple of minutes. I just want to get them until they're just starting to brown, because I am going to cook them further when they are in the omelette, but I just want to soften them a bit. And I'll just add a generous shake of salt, and we'll give those a minute to cook. I'm happy with how those are softening, so I'm just going to add a little asparagus tips in. I find they don't need quite as long, and they're a lot more delicate, so we want just the last little bit of cooking. You can see the vibrant colour of the asparagus, and we'll just give that another minute or so to cook, and then I'll move it off onto a plate. Right, I am happy with those. They're nice and softened, so I'm going to move them off onto a plate, and then I'm going to get on and make my omelette. Right, I've got heaps more butter in the frying pan. I've got my egg going in. That is, I'm making omelette for myself and my husband. So I've got 5 eggs whisked with a whole lot of cream. 2 to 3 eggs per person, a couple of tablespoons of cream per person. Just make as many as you need to, and then make an omelette using the way you want. Right, so my omelette is kind of ready to pop the filling in. What I do is I just kind of break it in half down the middle, and then I've got half for each of us, and as I said, makes it a bit more manageable. And I've got my asparagus going in, so I'll pop asparagus, half of it onto one half and the other half onto the other half over there. Now I'm going to top my asparagus with some cheese. So I've got a tablespoon of grated cheese going on, so it's going to be nice. Couple of tablespoons going on. It's going to be a nice cheesy omelette. I love cheese and asparagus together, so I've got some grated cheese, a couple of tablespoons of grated cheese, and then I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of parmesan as well. So it's going to be a super cheesy asparagus omelette. But add whatever cheese you want, or if you don't want, if you're not doing dairy, don't have cheese, pop whatever, just have a lovely asparagus omelette. And since I've got these omelettes separated, it just makes it so much easier to fold over and seal in the asparagus. Yeah, just like that. And the other one, let's try for a bit. There we go. Seal in the asparagus. Just move them around a bit. You might need to flip the omelette over. But that is my big cheesy asparagus omelette. That is my breakfast for today. How to have asparagus for breakfast, and I'll be back again tomorrow. So keep watching, and I will share the next couple of days how I enjoy asparagus for breakfast. Okay, this morning I got right into it already. I am sauteing a whole lot of asparagus and salami in heaps of butter, and I am making a breakfast scramble. So I have whisked up together, can you see there? I've whisked up 5 eggs and a whole lot of cream. This is to share with my husband. And we're just going to pop that over. And rather than an omelette, I'm just going to get to work and scramble it all together. So we end up with all of the salami and asparagus coated in egg and kind of, oh yeah, making scrambled eggs that are just full of yummy fillings, like filled scrambled egg. I call it keto breakfast scramble. You can call it whatever you want, but that is how I am enjoying asparagus this morning. And you can just watch, it is taking shape and it comes together in no time. So you've got to make sure that your asparagus, and you could use mushrooms if you want to go veggie and not have salami. You could use any ready ingredients that you want, whatever you've got to hand. I had salami in the fridge and I just thought, why not make a big beautiful scramble. So that is my breakfast this morning, and keep watching because next I will share my third and final asparagus for breakfast recipe idea. And remember to check down below where I will have a blog post with all of these ideas and more. And this morning for breakfast I've got heaps of butter sauteing in the pan, and I've got my beautiful bunch of asparagus going in, and it's going to saute in this lovely butter. Ooh, yum yum yum. So I'm just going to saute these away until they're nice and softened, and then we'll move on to the next step. My asparagus have been sauteing for a few minutes, and you can see it's starting to get a little bit of colour on it. I added a bit more butter because, yeah, leaves loads of butter. Beautiful buttery asparagus. And in a sec, I'm just going to move these over to a plate and get on and cook my eggs. Is there really anything better than beautiful asparagus? So I'm done. We'll move those onto a plate. And I'm going to make some eggs now. And the more butter is in the frying pan. Ooh, and I'm just going to fry up a couple of eggs. I'm making this for myself and my husband, so we've got 2 for me and 2 for him, and I'm just going to fry them up until they are nice and cooked. It takes no time at all because this frying pan is nice and hot. Just had to add a bit of butter to it, and they're cooking in mere seconds. And I will show you my plate once it's ready. And that is my beautiful breakfast. I've got my asparagus spears over there, a couple of fried eggs, nice and crispy on the edges, and I've got some sour cream over there and a little bit of feta, and I just find that those flavors just bring it all together. It's kind of almost hollandaise-ish, and just the saltiness, and oh, such a yum breakfast. So there you go, that is my 3 asparagus keto breakfast, keto asparagus breakfast, all low carb, high fat, keto friendly. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you leave a like and subscribe for more yummy inspirations just like this, and leave a comment. Let me know what is your favorite way to enjoy asparagus for breakfast, for any meals, and let me know if you've got any other fun video requests like this, that I've had 3 different ways with asparagus for breakfast. If you've got any other ingredients you want me to have a play with, leave a comment, let me know, and we will see you again soon. Bye.